Lights on. There we go. How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today, I'm going to respond to mean comments. Not only as an influencer, this is a huge deal, but because we have so much social media, I think everyone is dealing with a lot of mean comments here and there. Mean comments online, it's sort of like a rite of passage. If you're going to use social media, you're going to come across mean comments. This is something I personally don't get because I have never, that I can ever remember in my entire life, went on some YouTube video and wrote something hateful. Whenever I post something on social media, I write as if I am speaking to them in person with respect and a bit of a social filter. Social filters are important because you just don't go on blabbing and saying everything that's on your mind. A very small child, they don't have these social filters built up yet. And then sometimes they say the most ridiculous thing and then you kind of give them a pass on it because you're like, oh, you know, they're just a kid, they don't know anything. But when it comes to online comments, yeah, there's like no social filter. People just say whatever they want because they're behind a screen. Anonymity seems to bring out the worst trait of humankind. There's no repercussions to posting hateful comments. You don't have your face as your avatar most of the time, so people can't recognize you and then say, hey, you're the guy that, you know, it's just hating on everything. So right after you do all these crazy stuff online, you log off, you walk out the door, and you pretend nothing happens, and no one is going to treat you any different than a normal human being. It's like a free-for-all on any social network now. And I think it affects a lot of people, especially underdeveloped social personalities like younger people. They seem to be a bit more vulnerable than adults, but even adults can be affected by this. This video is brought to you by Moomoo. Get your 5 free shares of stock just for signing up and depositing $100. You can get 15 free shares of stock if you deposit $1,000. Check out my referral link down in the video description below. Think of going to a costume party where you don't know anyone. You have a mask on. You are essentially anonymous, so you can do anything that you want, and many people are a little bit crazier. When I used to go to those anime conventions, right, sometimes people have masks on and you can't see them and they do the craziest stuff. I recognize that people's personalities are quite a bit different. Usually they're a bit bolder and they would do things that they would otherwise be embarrassed to do if they didn't have the mask on. Same thing is going on with hate comments, except it's even a little bit worse because you don't have to be there physically like in a costume party. People tend to generalize the hate commenters as a middle-aged man, jobless in their mom's basement, in the dark. They're like typing something and it's like, you suck, you're stupid, look at you, you're ugly, blah blah blah. This description seems to me a bit of an exaggeration. It's actually not precise enough to exactly pinpoint this type of personality. Check out this study on Frontiers in Psychology. They studied people who posted hate comments online during the 2018 Winter Olympic Games. During the games, a lot of people posted hate comments and they sort of wonder, who the heck is doing that? So then they found those people, they messaged them and asked them to participate in a survey. They asked 94 Polish Facebook users with a wide age range, both male and female. There's no mention if this survey was paid or not, but it would be interesting to know if these people would have participated if they knew the data they're providing is going to generate this type of article about hate commenters. The survey seems kind of long, but it measures a couple of different things. Number 1, dark triad questionnaire. Number 2, satisfaction of life. Number 3, scale of frustration with life maybe. And 3, scale of envy, how envious type of person they are. There's 3 personality traits that's part of the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and also psychopathy. Narcissism, characterized by being selfish, entitled, there's a lack of empathy, there's need for admiration. Generally, narcissism is seen as bad. And many internet personality, you know, people call them narcissists because they're just like me, right? Machiavellianism is characterized by unscrupulous cunningness, deception, and dishonesty. Seems like someone that just cheats and lies their way through life. And psychopathy, which is being psycho, and there's a mental illness. So the conclusion is all the hate commenters demonstrated one kind of personality trait, which is psychopathy. They differentiated between 3 different types of hate comments online. Online hate, trolling, and cyberbullying. And the one they're concentrating on is online hate. And they characterize these people as psychopaths. So a sample size of 94 is relatively small, but then they were very, very certain in this determination. Now, psychopathy is a personality trait defined by egocentricity. They have large egos, immoral behavior, and a lack of empathy. So that kind of makes sense, you know. They don't empathize with people they see online. They can be immoral by attacking people and they can feel okay with that. So when I read this, I'm like, oh, so that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a bunch of psychopaths. I didn't say it. This article did. Sometimes these hate comments is a way for that person to get some attention online. If somehow they can elicit a reaction from an influencer or celebrity, it gives them some kind of feeling of power because they can influence something into happening. Everything is so much clearer now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you ever come across any hate comments on your social media accounts, remember this video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.